Hi guys, this is O-Dog from AMR Entertainment back again with another exciting video. Today I'm going to be predicting two position 4 heroes that we might be able to see in the upcoming TI. All of my predictions are based on my personal views and the games that I have been watching lately of all these teams that have qualified into the TI and also are very much dependent on the current meta. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive into the video. All right, guys, in our list, the first hero is going to be Clockwork. As we all know, in 7.30D, it did receive a mini buff and the base armor was increased by 1. So taking you into a custom game, guys, talking about Clockwork as a first pick, it is very strong because Clockwork is like one of the best initiators in Dota 2, I would say. I mean, you're tanky enough, you have mana, you can give us a vision with the rocket flare as well. Level 1 trading is pretty strong. So the draft impact for Clockwork is like it can go along with any hero on the game. Any hero can work along with Clockwork, and this is what absolutely I love about Clockwork. So we can potentially see like a first pick, first ban for Clockwork, and that's gonna be the draft impact from Clockwork. Alright guys, moving on to the laning phase of the Clockwork. Laning phase is very strong for Clockwork. The 1v1 trading for Clockwork is so easy because you get the extra damage and the mini stun from Battery Assault, which is quite annoying. The second thing is once Clockwork actually hits level 3, you have a solo kill potential because you give like possibly 2 points in Battery Assault, 1 point in the cogs. And it is going to be pretty easy for you to secure the kills, like 2 points in Battery and 1 point here. And then you just pop the Battery Assault, you catch someone, and it's so easy to get a kill with Clockwork. That is a very huge lane impact. Like, I don't think any other position 5 or position 4 hero will be able to just trade with Clockwork in the lane, and it can make so much of space for the carry to farm or for the off lane to farm, just so you will keep the other support busy. So usually the lanes are like support versus support and carry versus carry. So if you go a support versus support, you can kite the support out of the lane, and the second thing that you can do is also make potential moves to secure kills in the lane for your carry. Alright guys, the next point that I want to note in the video, the two professional players or the teams that might see a first ban, first pick is going to be, first is going to be EG Crit. We all know how good Crit is at playing Clockwork. You can find more videos of him on YouTube. And the second one is going to be Schofield from Beast Coast. I've recently been watching Beast Coast a lot lately, and Schofield is a very, very decent player on that position 4. So there is a big chance that we might see Schofield picking Clockwork as a first pick on position 4. Alright guys, I'm gonna tell you with which heroes Clockwork works the best. So one of the best combos that I personally know is gonna be Clockwork Mars. So Clockwork goes with the Battery Assault into a cogs, and Mars can hit the spear onto the cogs, and like you can give so much of damage output to your enemy. So this is gonna be my first prediction for the best combination of Clockwork and Mars. Alright guys, my second prediction about the best combo is gonna be Venomancer slowing your enemy down and Clockwork catching him into the cogs and giving him damage, and Venomancer hitting right-clicking him down as well, so the enemy cannot really escape. That is another beautiful combo that we might be able to see in the TI. Alright, so the last best lane combo is gonna be Darkseer and Clockwork. So what the Darkseer can do is just give the Ion Shell to Clockwork, and Clockwork can just run at the enemy and get him into the cogs. And if by any chance the Clockwork speed is too low, then you can surge him and buff him up as well. So the movement speed is also going to be pretty quick, and I think that's how Clockwork can actually catch the enemy as well. So these are the 3 predictions that Clockwork works well with, and we might be able to see these combos in the upcoming TI. Alright guys, talking about the counters of Clockwork, I really feel like Disruptor's Glimpse is one of the biggest counters for Clockwork's hook. If Clockwork hooks someone, you can instantly glimpse him back to the base. So that can actually save your hero from dying. That is one of the biggest counters that I believe that we might be able to see in TI, just to counter the Clockwork. Alright guys, the second counter that I would want to mention about Clockwork is Visage. You get the vision if Clockwork is actually trying to hook. There's a big possibility that the familiars can actually instantly stop the hook or just block you from getting into enemy. And familiars can also be very dangerous for Clockwork because of the mini stun kind of a thing that Visage has. So I really feel like Visage is the second best counter of Clockwork into the game, and we might be able to see it in the upcoming TI. Alright guys, I want to summarize whatever information that I've given you. The overall impact of Clockwork is pretty huge. It has a really great initiation spell, which is Hookshot, so you can basically hookshot from a very long range. You can make so much of space, run onto enemies. Clockwork works really well with any other initiators in the game. You can jump onto the back lines. Also, one of the most powerful spells of Clockwork is Rocket Flare. Even if the enemy is invisible and you get to this talent of level 20 and you throw the Rocket Flare, you will be able to see the enemy as well. It gives you about 6 seconds of true sight vision, as well as just the normal vision that wards provide you. So I really feel like Clockwork has a really big impact into the game, and we might be able to see him in the upcoming TI. Alright guys, the second hero in our list is going to be Skyrath Mage. If you go back to 7.30 gameplay update, we will find the base damage has been increased from 60 to 75, 85 to 95, 110 to 115 on level 3, and level 4 is going to be 135. So the early 3 level basically gives more damage in this recent update on like 7.30. Concussive shot, movement speed, slow rescale from 30, 35, 40, 45% to instantly 40% even on level 1. And the duration of the Mystic Flare is also decreased by 0.2%. We all know Dota is a game of milliseconds, and these buffs are like huge buffs, I would say, for Skyrath Mage. And this is why I'm gonna put this hero as a potential for first pick, or just potential for pick into the upcoming TI. Talking about the draft impact of Skyrath Mage, if Skyrath Mage gets picked early on, it won't allow the other team to pick like really squishy heroes, because as we all know, Skyrath Mage is very aggressive magical nuker, and that will, you know, make the other enemy team scared of picking really squishy heroes like CM or Puck or any Spirit in the early game, because he really has a really huge silence. It's a 3-second silence on level 1, 4-second on level 2, 5 seconds on level 3, and 6 seconds silence on level 4, plus magic damage increase. That's just insane to counter any of the Spirit Brothers in the game, or heroes like Puck, CM, or any other squishy heroes. And this has a very strong draft impact into the game. Also, because Skyrath Mage is pretty versatile, if you pick it first, if a team picks it first and it gets countered, then they can make him play on position 4, and if the other team is like least bothered in countering him, then you can just send Skyrath Mage on the mid lane, which can potentially make a lot of space on the map by rotating early on and just buying Null Talisman and ganking the side lanes. So I really feel like we will be able to see this hero on position 4 because of the recent buffs that I just mentioned. Alright guys, talking about the laning phase of Skyrath Mage, what makes him win the laning phase is one of the best spells is Concussive Shot, which has recently been buffed. On level 1, you have a lot of range, which is about 1600. The damage is 100 on level 1, it just uses 80 mana. The other thing is it has really low cooldown spells, very long range. That means it will help you trade from far away if you have enough vision. You don't really have to go real close to the enemy, and that is what makes Skyrath Mage really strong into the lane. Look at that, like that's just insane amount of damage. And Also, these spells will help you trade. Just one combo of these spells is giving 197 damage, and he has like a 2.3 region without any items right now on about like level 6. So it's like I really feel like Skyrath Mage is a really good laner on position 4, because you just have to push out the enemy support out of the lane, or you could just harass you know, enemy safe lane if you're playing that position 4 on the off lane. So I really feel like he has a very, very strong lane impact, and he's very strong in solo trading from far away. Guys, so the next point that I want to note in the video is gonna be the 2 players, or the 2 position 4 players from different teams that we might see picking Skyrath Mage into their games. The first one is gonna be the legendary FY from Team Elephant, and the second one is gonna be PYW from Vici Gaming. So those are my predictions. Alright guys, talking about with which hero Skyrath Mage works really well. So the first hero is going to be Legion Commander Skyrath. We all know this is a very, very classic combo that we all know that works in Dota 1 as well. So Legion blinking and using the duel, and then Skyrath coming from behind and just using the ulti helps you burst the enemy down. So I really feel like that is the combo that we might also be able to see in the TI, because it can nuke people. The second basic combo that we might see in the upcoming TI is just gonna be Faceless Void using the Chronosphere, and then Skyrath Mage using the ulti. So that is the one other combo that we might be able to see TI, and that's how Skyrath Mage works pretty well in the lane as well. Alright guys, talking about the 2 big counters of Skyrath Mage. If Skyrath Mage is silent someone and using the ulti, hero like Abaddon can just save him with the heal as well, and the Emphatic Shield just takes the silence away. So that is also one of the big counters. I feel like this is just the best counter, not one of the big, but the best counter for Skyrath Mage. The second counter that I want to talk about is going to be Nyx Assassin, because Nyx Assassin can easily initiate with the Vendetta. You cannot see him on the minimap when he's invisible. Also, he gets 600 extra bonus damage, and we all know Skyrath Mage is pretty squishy. Any intelligence hero is usually squishy. Nyx Assassin also has the mana burn, you know, which has an intelligence multiplier depending upon the hero. So if the intelligence is this is about like 160, 170. You can just right click into the Impale and the mana burn. Look at the damage for mana burn. That's insane. And this is why I really feel like this is one of the big counters. Oh my god. Also burns your mana and the HP. This is insane, and I really feel like Nyx Assassin is a pretty good counter, pretty strong counter of Skyrath Mage. Alright guys, talking about the overall impact of Skyrath Mage on position 4. It is a really early nuker, has a tremendous amount of damage that you can do, and the movement speed is also pretty decent. I mean, people would just buy brown boots on him, and if not brown boots, just go like mana boots. It will help you give some mana. You have 370 movement speed, can move around the map pretty quick. There are 2 different builds that people rush. If you're not buying this, people usually like to rush Rod of Atos these days, that I have seen in my pubs and the professional matches as well. Just go 2 crowns. It will not make your lane the best, but it can definitely make you hit the timing of Rod of Atos real quick, which can help you burst heroes like Puck in the game, and which is going to be like, you know, pretty. It can be a big counter in the early game to all the Spirit Brothers and to Puck. So let's just check out the damage that you can do on this. And it is about, oh my god, it's on level 12, and it's about total damage is like 1,189. That's really big. That's really big. The other build that people usually go for the laning phase, just 2 Null Talisman into a Veil of Discord, and into a Silence, and if we do this, it gives you about 1,500 damage, 1,484. So it is a really early game nuker. It's a really hardcore early game nuker. Can give a lot of damage, has a potential to gank in the early game, early to mid game is very, very strong because of the range and the amount of damage that it deals on the map. So I really feel like we might be able to see Skyrath Mage being picked as a first pick on that position 4. Alright guys, this was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video and you find it informative. If you do, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to share the video, don't forget to comment down below what are the best position for heroes that you think you might be able to see in TI, and I will be glad to see your comments down there. So this was it. This is ODog from AMR Entertainment signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.